So, I'm repeating this exercise, and since this geodesic dome-shaped primitive isn't something you can just find lying around, the next best thing, I built it in 3D. I already went through this slope surface value assignment in previous videos, so if you're interested, both are up on the channel if you want to check them out. But I wanted to come back to this and see if I can improve on the painting results. The book does a great job at explaining the concepts, but I wanted to see what it would look like if I had a real reference of it under a real lighting setup. If you're new here, my name is Fee. I've been working as a 3D artist for a long time, and recently I'm working to get better at my 2D skills. This channel is where I document that practice and make mistakes and try and do better the next time. This exercise comes from Scott Robertson's How to Render book. It covers how to assign values to each plane based on the angle of the light source. I'll get more into the specifics in part 2 when I'm painting, but for now I'm making this shape in Blender to recreate the geodesic dome with distinct faceted planes at different angles. I'm not a Blender expert, so there's nothing super special about what I'm doing here. If you have any 3D experience, this is pretty approachable even as a beginner. The model started out as a cube. I beveled the corners of the verts, extruded the top face up, and then collapsed it to the center to get that dome shaped. Then push around the verts till I get something I like. For lighting, I used a single spotlight to simulate a local light source, and it's rendered in cycles. That's Blender's path tracer, so it simulates how light actually bounces in real life. I did add a bevel node to the shader and hooked it up to the normal parameter. This just gives the edges a slight highlight and makes the geometry read a bit more like a real physical object. You get the occlusion in the crevices, the bounce light from the ground plane, and the natural fall off and blur from the shadows. Fast forwarding through some of the render wait times, this is where I ended up with. Now I have a custom still life setup to work from as I move into 2D. In part 2, I take this into Photoshop and use it as reference to work off of while painting. Does having a proper 3D reference actually make a painting better? That's the question. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see in part 2. Side note, this process has gotten me thinking. I could probably 3D print this thing as well, since I have a model of it now, and actually set up a physical still life. That might be a lot of work for something this simple, but maybe worth a video down the road. I don't know, you let me know. Anyways, thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you on the flip.